So my first bit of advice would be to acknowledge that Korean culture is pretty different from the West. Korea is heavily influenced by Confucius values. That places a lot of importance on respecting age, hierarchy, and of course, education. And these three things are fundamental when it comes to business culture and business processes. So I'll give you an example. When you go into a business meeting, I try to identify who is who and where they sit in the company's organization. When they give me their business card, I try to read it, spend a bit of time to kind of show respect for the position that they've earned within their organization. And none of these things are particularly difficult, but it just shows a little bit of willingness to learn about the culture and respect, the place that you do business. So going even further than that, I try to learn a bit of the language, which of course just makes my life easier, getting around town, ordering food and things like this. But it also opens doors with regards to business. So, Rome wasn't built in a day. I'm not going to be able to carry out, complex negotiations in Korean anytime soon. But just doing a little bit shows, as I say, respect for the local culture and just a willingness to integrate into the community as well, which I think goes really far. So I think relationships matter wherever you do business, but probably even more so in Korea. There's a real importance placed on the importance of long-term relationships. So I think sometimes when foreign managers come into Korea, they might expect to be able to, for example, unseat an existing supplier or competitor after just one meeting. With that mentality, they may be disappointed. So my advice would be to focus on long-term relationships, try to gain that trust in order to deliver enduring value. So it goes without saying that very, very competitive compensation is required. But even more important than compensation is company culture. A strong, good company culture attracts better talent and retains that talent for longer. Because I personally think that when people have a sense of belonging and they feel part of an organization, they'll stay there for the long term. So I spend a lot of my time in trying to foster a really strong company culture and making sure that people are happy here. And then they know why they're here, that they feel important in the role that they're doing. Sure. So we're first and foremost a flat organization. We're very flexible and we empower our people to think differently and act differently to the competition. So we talk about Colliers being enterprising, and this enterprising culture pushes our people to exceed expectations. So I think the key to motivation is communication. So we communicate a lot here at Colliers, almost over-communicate, and in a very transparent way. So I'll give you an example. When we set our company code, we communicate those to the organization so everybody knows what they need to do to contribute to that goal. They know where we are in the progress of achieving that goal. But the communication is two ways, right? So I always encourage feedback. What are we doing right? What could we be doing better? And also, I want to understand what everybody's personal aspirations are for their own career and how the company can support them in achieving their own goals. Yeah, that's probably the hardest of all the questions you've asked today because Korean food is so good. So when I arrived here, it was pretty cold. We were reaching -20. So I ate a lot of the Korean soups and stews, kimchi jjigae, samgyetang, galbitang. I had samgyetang almost every day, in fact. But I would say my ultimate favorite Korean food is meum galbijjim, which I tried to cook myself at home several times. So I'll give you a little pro tip. Take it easy with the gochugaru or it will be fiery.